Hey guys, what's up? This video, I'm just going to go over Gatsby. I found this on Product Hunt this morning and absolutely think it's amazing. I've used it briefly in the past before, I've seen it, but it wasn't as feature rich and amazingly fast as it is today. So yeah, I seen this on Product Hunt this morning and I was just like, cool, I'll give this a try after sort of the name was kind of familiar and I thought, yeah, we'll give it a look and see what's going on. It's a sort of a static site generator for React that is blazingly fast. That's what they're tagging it, which they're right to do so because it is absolutely fast. It's built using some of the cool stuff that I love at the moment: JavaScript, Markdown, GraphQL, and it's kind of a generator for static sites. If you're building a simple static-based website and you don't want to sort of use something like Next.js that kind of allows you to do a lot more, then Gatsby is brilliant. It's definitely worthwhile checking out. It's not to say that Next isn't. Next has a export feature, which is I'm thinking is going to be quite similar to this, but I haven't really dived into that very much. But Gatsby from the outset is something that you run, it builds your project, and then you can obviously serve that project. So what I want to do in this video is just run through it, get it running on our machine, see what the boilerplate code that it gives you looks like, and just sort of play around in their site and see how fast it is, because from what I've seen, it looks absolutely awesome. So this video is no way in depth a huge review, it's just sort of my initial thoughts and initial sight into Gatsby. So you definitely want to check out GatsbyJS, and if you have seen it on Product Hunt, you should give them a thumbs up on there because it's a great product. If you like it, check it out on Product Hunt as well. If you've got any questions, I'm sure that they'll answer them in there as well, or on their community blog, GitHub as well. There's some really cool people behind this project. So this is their homepage. They've got a blog which they announced Gatsby 1.0 and a couple of tweets from some cool people. And yeah, it's got some really cool stats. 10,000 stars on GitHub, wow. 1,000 followers on Twitter, 500,000 npm downloads, which is insane. So yeah, cool. 196 code contributors on GitHub. That's awesome. It's really nice to see a lot of people come together on GitHub and sort of creating projects like this, because this helps us all, and it's built using technologies that we all love, and especially using GraphQL that's upcoming. It's really, really quite cool. If you want to get started building a GraphQL server, I've definitely got a video on that. So check that out as well, and it might give you an insight as to what GraphQL is. But this repo looks absolutely awesome. Plugin system and so much. Let's not get tied down into their blog post. You can read that yourself. I'm not going to go through that. Their documentation, though, when I had a look before, it's really filled with a lot of cool stuff in here. So even defining 404 pages to show you and tell you how you can do that, and any images and fonts, it just kind of works like regular React and creating functions, and CSS works as well. So yeah, it looks really quite awesome and really cleverly built. If you have used Next.js or the Create React app repos, then you'll see things like path prefix here, which is kind of they don't use path prefix in those other libraries, but they kind of use conventions, and Gatsby has its own conventions that you'll learn and begin to follow, which is really quite cool. Again, wow, auto prefixer included. Defining those within the package JSON file, so you don't have to add any Babel config and things like that. Of course, you can extend the Babel config as well. We'll get to that in a sec. Creating pages, you can do that very quickly, and obviously using GraphQL, you can bring down that markup in a particular way, which is absolutely amazing for a static site generator to do this. So I'm absolutely in love with this project at the moment. It looks really, really cool. I've just sort of seen it in that last couple of days. Seen it previously, when they had a sort of a, I'm guessing just an MVP, a mock-up of what they were actually wanting to do. It certainly, from what I can remember, it didn't use GraphQL, and it certainly didn't have all of these features, and it didn't have all of this documentation, and the stats from before certainly weren't as high. So it looks as though this project has taken off. There's a lot of people behind it now, and a lot of people enjoying it. It's obviously becoming a popular thing, so it's definitely worth checking out and jumping onto if you like getting involved with the latest things. And it uses Flexbox, so whoa, why not? Why wouldn't you love it? Flexbox, really cool stuff. Flexbox, Webpack, Yarn, all the cool GraphQL, all the buzzwords, they're all in there. So check this project out. Extending Webpack, because everybody loves writing custom Webpack code. If you want to dive into it and you're a Webpack guru, or you understand it on how its magic works, you can extend it as well, which is brilliant for a project like this. A lot of people steer away from projects because they have all the configs sort of hidden or locked down. But when projects like Gatsby and Next.js allow you to sort of hook in your own Webpack implementations and configuration, then it really widens them up. And I think that's why it becomes really well adopted, because you can add your flavor on top in the sort of the Webpack world. Great examples using Glamour. Glamour is, I think it's a CSS. CSS and JS library. This may be the one by Ken C. Dodds. I'm not too sure if that one is by Ken, but I think it is, or Glamorous. I'm not sure if those are the same things. That's something I haven't really checked out, to be honest. TypeScript support, there's plugins for that. Sass, if that's your thing, but I'd probably recommend that you check out a CSS in JS solution. Style GSX or Style Components are absolutely amazing libraries. You should definitely check those out. I have a video on Style GSX, just going over the basics, primitives of what that is. So let's not bore ourselves anymore by looking for the documentation. If you're building a Gatsby site, then the documentation is there for you, and they've got a link to their GitHub page on their site. Over 10,000 stars now. Way past that now. Looks cool. Some documentation in there. A couple of familiar faces that you probably recognize on there. The people backing the project. So these guys have obviously went to town on this and are really pushing hard. A lot of issues on there, and pull requests. There are, I'm guessing, a few things, and certainly there's things that they need help with. And great place to get started is an awesome tag that you should check out. You kind of see a lot of these on GitHub. So if you're new to JavaScript or you're new to open source contributions, then definitely look for those tags, because these guys are helping it. And what not a better way to sort of give back to the community than contributing back to these directories. The issues are created and tagged in a way that you can get started. So that's what those tags are for. So definitely check that out on GitHub if that is your thing. So yeah, I'm just going to open up my terminal. And if you follow their instructions, I've lost them already. Great one, Jamie. Great one. View the docs. Let's go back to the docs. Cool. So it's a global npm command line tool. I've already installed it prior to this video because it did take quite a bit of time. But you would just run npm install -g Gatsby and you're away with that. But what I'll do in this directory I've got called tutorials is just run Gatsby new Gatsby -example, and that'll grab the repo clone and do its magic. Shouldn't take too long, and that will create a directory which is a blog starter, and then we can sort of open the code, see what it gives us by default, and then run it in the browser and just give a test as well. What I forgot to mention as well is this site is built using Gatsby, so you can see how blazingly quick these page changes are. This is absolutely magic. We hit that page there, and boom, that page is with us. So they've got an awesome tutorial on here as well, which you should definitely check out. So once we're inside of here, let's check the instructions that I lost again. Let's move into that directory, Gatsby example, and once we're in there, we then just need to run Gatsby. It's really hard to type for some reason. Develop, and that will then create the development build and run a live reloading code watcher in there with a debugger, which is really quite awesome. And that runs on localhost port 8000, and they've also got a GraphQL debugger, which I've not seen, so that's quite cool. Awesome. So they've got graphical in there as well. So yeah, if we check the docs for that, they've just got queries, but they've got quite a lot in there, so you can really dive deep into the actual engine behind this, which is amazing. Whoa, it's blown my mind. Let's refresh the page, and cool, we've got our Gatsby page here. So this is just a default kit that it gives us. So I'm actually clicking links here, and the page is actually changing. It's reloading a new page. If I refresh that in my browser, it's getting that page from Gatsby and loading it. That's just so quick. Yeah, granted, there's not a lot on the page, but it just feels so quick. And if you've used things like Next.js or React, you know how quick those responses are. But let's open this in our code editor. I'm using Atom, and this is there's a cache folder in there. It's a hidden file, so folder doesn't really matter. Public, I'm guessing you can maybe change some things in here, or is this what's created for us? Who knows? I think this is what we can probably change. It's piped through the Webpack build, and we can add some custom configuration in here. You know, like typekit tags or Google Analytics tags, things like that. Maybe I'm not sure on that. Layouts. We've got an awesome layout here. It's using Helmet by React Helmet by. Oh, I've forgotten who that's by. It's by football team, American football team. Forgot who it's by, but it's an awesome library. So they're including that by default because that is super awesome, and that allows you to set your meta tags. So they've got that support in there, which is brilliant. They've got their own link routing library, I'm guessing by this here, because they know how to navigate between their pages, a bit like Next.js does, which is sweet. Pages, so I'm guessing their convention here is they've got a source folder, and this is where sort of everything lives for your site. Their default 404 page, which is a markdown file. Whoa, I love that. I love stuff like this, markdown, you know, because this is great, and if you're a developer, this makes a lot of sense. But if you've got people on your team who are just maybe content writers or designers and really don't spend a lot of time actually writing code, or they're not familiar with it, if you've got someone in the office that likes to write content, Markdown takes no time at all to learn. So it's definitely a huge bonus that it supports this from the get-go. Gatsby get-go. Yeah, awesome. This looks really nice. This is just kind of a quick video, quick summary of what it is. By all means, you can download it and dive into it yourself and read their reviews and totally ignore this video. But if you've got so far in this video, then you must be loving it as much as me. So definitely check it out. It's worthwhile. And yeah, Gatsby is awesome. There's a lot of things in here that'll walk you through. Package.json, it's got all the scripts built in there. So this is really just a starter kit. It's just something that you can build on top of and get going with. So yeah, definitely check it out. That's Gatsby, and it's on GitHub and Product Hunt right now. Is it #1 on Product Hunt? Fingers crossed. Gatsby is so awesome, it should be. And it is. Great. It's the top of Product Hunt today, so that's really nice to see. There's a lot of people giving it some love. Yeah, awesome. Gatsby is amazing. You should definitely check it out. I'll leave links in the notes below on how you can. But yeah, that's just a quick tour of Gatsby, my initial thoughts. You know, see what you think yourselves. You know, the guys from there look to be doing a great job, and it's definitely something I'll use more and maybe make a few more videos on it if I do get to use it at some point. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.